Yeah. Wait, should we record this? Because I saw this on my feed and I was going to leave a comment and I saw your comment on it. And then I
Yeah.
didn't even end up leaving my comment.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay.
When you start your business, no one ever prepares you for what's in store. So finding someone else who just gets it is sometimes the thing that can keep you pushing towards those big vision board business goals.
We're turning our Zoom coffee chats into a weekly, unfiltered podcast. You always wanted to record them and repurpose them for content anyways. And that's on being a social media manager.
I'm Jessica Sheehy.
And I'm Madeline Daigan. And this is
hashtag
managed. I think it's perfect.
I like it. I like it.
What happens when a client emails you on Tuesday to come to see if you can come to a photo shoot on Thursday? What do you do?
Well, what did we do? We said, heck yeah. The logistics. We arranged childcare for Mason. So shout out Ryan for taking over the reins, single father for the day, and move a meeting. Just one meeting on the books, I felt like made it easier to say, heck yeah, we can do this, And we moved the meeting up a day, and oh look, our schedule magically cleared.
But what happens when your podcast producer is out of town and you were supposed to record a guest episode but had to move that due to not the photo shoot but again logistics? You find yourself in the car back home to Charleston with a crazy idea of why not film the podcast episode in the car. Now, this isn't carpool karaoke, but it may turn into that because we don't know. We don't know what this episode, in theory, it's a great idea. So we're just going to roll with it.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
No karaoke here. No karaoke.
No, Jesus, take the wheel.
But you know what? The talent is hitting the road. And so, yeah, let's talk about content days, because I will say every content day we have done, whether for ourselves or for a client, we love a little chaos in the planning, in the execution, but it makes for such great content. And at the end of the day, that's all we care about.
So we thought, so as we were driving, like, if you're watching this, if this does turn out good, I honestly think it will. I do think it will. If not, it's going to be great. Some real clips, whatever. But, sorry, hang on. I have to collect my thoughts. I think that this was bound to happen one time, sooner or later, because this feels natural. And, like, we're yapping. Like, of course, like, it's a 3.5 hour ride to Charlotte. I don't know if we said that the photo shoot. So let's go back, rewind.
Yep, details.
Rewind. So we get the email on Tuesday from our client, who we don't have favorites, but she's definitely probably one of the favorites. Anyways, we get the email on Tuesday. Jess looks at her calendar. We see that really there's just one meeting on the books that we just need to move. Okay, perfect. So we're in the car. We're in the car this morning, and we should have been recording those episode. What am I saying? We should have been recording that too, because just you guys could get a glimpse into our head. But anyway, so as we wrap up the photo shoot, Jess has this brilliant idea, and she's like, what if we did a cut to the chase episode? So that's what this episode is. This is going to be a cut to the chase episode about content days. And I'm going to let you take it over a little bit.
So we want to just kind of run through the logistics of everything that it goes through with planning and executing. And so backing up, we work with this client on a monthly retainer for social media management, full social media management. And we had already known about this photo shoot for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so we already did the planning beforehand. So half of the project was kind of already done, essentially, where we knew that they were hiring a photographer to come in and shoot one of their latest projects. And we wanted content for behind the scenes, for B-roll, for non-project related content in between, different things that they're showcasing, and also interviews as well. And so we created our signature spreadsheet, if you will, of a shot list for behind the scenes photos, B-roll, videos to do, like exactly to do this, inspiration, anything you'd add to like that planning, because you did put that together.
Yes, and also I feel like we should mention, so we offer a content shoot day, like as another service. So content days are baked into some of our services already. This client, it's not booked into. And also, I forget if we said it's an interior design client, so like again, it can't really be baked into it for a monthly retainer per se, because again, you do, for, as you all know, like an interior designer, it's project by project. But we recently have come up with our newest service called On Call. And so this is the type of service that you can quite literally have us on call. Like, just, shoot us a little email and yeah, we'll just come to you. So, I mean, if you're in Italy, if you're listening in Italy or Brazil or, anywhere, really, France, we'll travel. We will travel. For a price, we will travel. Anyways, so, okay, where was I going with that?
The prepping spreadsheet.
Okay, the prepping check. So for the clients that we do the monthly content creation for, like, we make that for ourselves, For this client, we're like, okay, we're not we're gonna make this for you that you can give to your photographer. And so this message is also message in episode 2 is for our newbie baby little sister social media managers who are just starting out, because maybe you're getting ideas now of like, oh, like I could offer this service. And this kind of like, we're giving you the blueprint, I would say, in a way. Sorry. But so we made this spreadsheet for her, right? And we attach, and maybe we can share this spreadsheet setup. I don't know.
Yeah,
but poop, yep,
maybe
right there.
Pop up.
Yep, okay. But as you can see, we include like a link to, like, it might be, so in the spreadsheet we included pictures, TikTok reel ideas, and B-roll, right? Again, things that we're already like creating for ourselves. And like we said, we had already made this for the client, but she even told us today, it came to like panic mode because it was a full content day. Lots of logistics on her end. And I will say this too, like working with, Jessica and I have worked with multiple photographers, right? And not every photographer kind of has their, as you guys may know too, like you listening, where just every photographer is different. They have a different process, and same with social media
creative direction, or like not.
So really, this spreadsheet is to help the photographer, or the photographers who you've never met, or even if maybe you're working with a new photographer, we can tell you this type of shot list, like our own photographer who we're working with, because we have a photo shoot for ourselves next week, where our photographer always compliments us as well, because she's like, oh my gosh, you guys have your stuff together, which, have you met us? Yeah, like type A and type A right here when it comes to certain things. But the whole point of a shot list is to help you stay on task and be as productive as you can and make sure you get all the shots that you want and need.
So with this shot list already prepped, our clients really saying, hey, we need you guys to come in, be those social content creators. It was a definite easy yes. And that's where I also want to add, in my mind, a content day is a content day. You're getting all the content. You're getting photo that, again, is not the same photo that the photographer is getting. It's so different. You're going to use it on different mediums. Maybe use it for a cover photo. Maybe use it for a collage. Who knows? Maybe use it on stories. Again, you probably would use that different than like something that would be showcased on the feed, especially for this client in particular, since it's design. You want to showcase your best work that you would do on the website or on the print for feed. So story is a little bit more behind the scenes. So we're shooting a lot of things. We're shooting evergreen content. We're miking them up. We're asking them questions about design and construction. We're shooting B-roll content of, different angles, so many angles, because you never know when you get into that post-production, you're editing content, you're putting reels together, you're putting stories together, you're putting carousels together maybe. You want to have all of the things. So we always price and do our content days by hours. Half day or full day. So honestly, a half day for us is 3 hours and a full day is 6 hours. You could do more. You could make that whatever is easiest for you. It's just going to really depend on like where you're shooting, what you're shooting, and how much content you want to get. Because even though we shot one project for this client, we're going to have content for months and months to come because we shot those evergreen videos, those talking videos, B-roll content, just different things that can always circulate. We do trends as well, like Maddie said, that's on the spreadsheet, but just taking into account like what we need now and what we need in the future, I feel like is something that we just as a team always do when we're doing content days.
That was a great segue into trend, like something I wanted that we talked about. First of all, also just side note, how funny. I wish we could have been mic'd up for this entire photo shoot day. You guys would have died. And maybe we will, like, by the end of this year, vlog, like, one of our own photo shoots, like, to take you guys along. I think that'd be awesome. But there was a point at the photo shoot where we didn't actually end up getting this shot just because, again, with photo shoots, you go in with a plan, you have your shot list, but sometimes, like, majority of the time it may not go according to plan just because lighting, other factors that you just can't control. Again, we're also like where it's like that is hard because it's like where we love control, but sometimes you do have to like let go of that control. And with that, you're still going to get other shots that maybe weren't on your shot list. So like don't, like, if you're going to make a shot list, like, don't be married to it. Like, yes, be married to it, but like don't be so type A that like it like puts you in this box, like, right, your creative ideas in this box. And where I'm going with that is, so one of our original ideas was our client, she printed out the mood board like that they create on whatever software, right? And so our idea was to take that like this mood board, right, print it out, and to like it'd be a video, right, and we like show where we take the video of the mood board and then we pull it away and then it shows you like the beautiful kitchen. And when we were talking about this idea, Jess goes, and from the sound from Princess Diaries, to take this and we give you a princess, right? So funny. That was definitely, I think we just painted the picture of like exactly our vision. However, love the sound, but for a luxury interior designer, it wasn't fitting. And so we were even talking about that, like, oh, like that'd be a great post for us, for Social Savvy, to showcase to small businesses who, like, you might love a trend, but this is why you shouldn't hop on every trend, because it may not fit the brand voice or the brand tone. Like, yes, it would be funny to do, but like, if we were to post that on this client's Instagram, like, it would take away again, I feel like we've talked about this on the pod, like luxury. Like, she truly is luxury. And on the pod, we've talked about how people love to throw out that word. Oh, we're a luxury brand. But then you find them posting very, like, trendy, like trend after trend after trend. And it's like, that's not giving luxury.
Yeah, no, accounting for that, so important. So again, it goes back to knowing your client like through and through. And even if you're offering it to someone as like a one-off service, this is where like your onboarding questionnaire, I really believe like for a content day, do an onboarding questionnaire like they're coming on as a management client, because you need to know these things about their business, who their audience is, what they're selling, what they're doing, but you need to take that into account. Also, do that onboarding questionnaire, because if you do a one-off content day and they see the magic, they see what you're doing, easy upsell into a monthly management client. So always keep that in mind. On that note too, like, if I really think the best way to price a content day is half day or full day. That way you have free reign, shoot everything, because you're going to use that and need that as a social media manager. Don't get picky with, I'm going to put together X
deliverables either.
Yes.
That helps. Yeah.
Don't say I'm going to do X reels and X short. No one cares. You're delivering galleries with what you capture in that time frame. And so as you like get more and more accustomed to content days, you might get more efficient, or it might change based off of what you're shooting. And so I think a good way to price that is take your hourly and times it by 3. And I'm not just saying that to like pull it out of like thin air, but I think about it in the sense of, think about every hour is times 3 for the sake of the shooting. So your physical time having to be there.
Yep.
For the editing. So again, you'll have to like map, maybe not everything is a full extensive edit. That's fine. You'll make up that time elsewhere. And then the third hour, if you will, that you get into that cost is going to be for anything additional, right? Extra travel time to get there. Maybe you go 20 minutes over at the end. Maybe you arrived a little early. Maybe you stayed a little late. Like, things pop up, so account for that. Or additional editing time. Like, you'll always have something for a cushion, and a cushion helps with pricing. And I guess my last point around like offering them and packaging pricing is, you could do them monthly, quarterly, or like one-off. And I think that's the beauty about this service.
And on the top, like you mentioned quarterly too. Recently in the membership, we've been talking about this, and also, yes, shameless, join our collective membership. It's amazing. #manage.com. You'll see. Yep. Okay. But we were talking about photo shoots in the membership this week, actually, because we were talking to our members about our photo shoot that we're going to have next Tuesday. And we've shared, like, we've taken you guys behind the scenes. Like, we do quarterly photo shoots, right? And I know as Baby, actually, I think both Baby, like, I don't know what better way to say it though. Yeah. Baby Jessica and Baby Maddie, like when we were first starting our own businesses, you and I both, I would say, like, that was, again, this is why we're yin and yang and also one and the same. We, like, even when we were first starting out, we still got, like, you still did quarterly photo shoots, right? Yeah. And like, because they're so important. If you aren't, like, we can't stress that to you enough, because you're gonna use it. You're gonna use that content, and it's fresh. And like, I will say, if you aren't, like, something that I've started, and I know Jessica has noticed too in the membership, and just with newer social media managers who we talk to, where when you're not doing your quarterly photo shoots, like, you get tired, that content gets tired. Like, that's the best way I can explain it. Like, you're tired of it, you're not, like, really excited to post it. Like,
Yeah. That's when you fall into posting ruts and you haven't posted in a while, and that's where you can't schedule out your content in advance.
and it just and it's a business write-off. Like, if you are new here, if you are unaware that is a business, it is a business write-off. Just like, and because the client didn't know this today, your nails, your hair, and your makeup can also be a write-off for these photo shoot days. So, like, yeah, pamper like, if let this be your permission slip to low-key have a pampering day, because you're featured in the pictures. Like, I actually can't really explain that more well. Like, Brennan's not here in the back to, like, backseat drive us right now, but my husband, who we all know is a CPA, could tell you all why it is a business write-off. So anyways, all of that to say, let this be the permission slip to book yourself a Q4 photo shoot, because you guys, the holidays are coming, and we are in our busy season. Like, marketers, like, there are how many small businesses out there who they're not thinking about their Black Friday sale until literally the week of Thanksgiving, like, or the week before. Honestly, we've had clients in the past, like, the Monday, and you're like, what? So this is plenty of like, yeah, when I say it is like, you like, I know we've consistently been talking about, starting to plan for the holidays already. This is us sharing, again, more information of, like, how you can plan for the holidays, and even land yourself some clients here in like the last few weeks of Q3 and even into Q4. Like, they're out there. I promise you, there are clients like that out there. So if you're listening and you're, like, still, like, in a, like, freaking out, like, I can't get clients, let this be your, like, make that push, and, like, you might be thinking, but I want to be salesy. Be salesy. Like, now I'm like, I don't give the mic back to Mom.
Be so salesy. I think if you're ever saying the same thing in the same sentence of, I need clients, but I don't want to be salesy, that's why you're not getting clients. Hot take, but not hot take, truth take. Like, that is the case. Like, the more you sell, the better. Thank you. We had a quick, if you're watching, then you know, quick lighting. We've got a mobile podcast studio. But anyway, I think, again, like Maddie said, use this, sell to find new clients, upsell your current clients, like, upsell. And I think one of my last notes that I wanted to say, again, shameless plug for the mentorship, because quick edit, fired, yes. Another shameless plug for the mentorship is a conversation that I think was around this as well, is the delivery of content, right? Like, you have so much content that you are organizing and using, and how do you keep it organized? How do you know what to create in that post-production? The simplest tip, and it's so simple, but it's groundbreaking how simple it is that you want to create subfolders on subfolders on subfolders of this content day, and use keywords. So what I mean is, get so descriptive. For example, we would say kitchen, bath, extra room, whatever is being shot, like, we're speaking from today's content day, and we're going to talk about those specific rooms. Then we'll talk about, okay, kitchen island, subfolder, breakfast nook, subfolder, scullery, subfolder. Like, these are all going to be subfolders within that. Then you can go even more granular. One thing that we like, hardware, wallpaper, countertops, like flooring, like whatever you shot can be so helpful. And then name each file. It's going to take time, but you're doing the ×3, so you're gonna get paid for doing it. But name each file what it is. Name it so clear, so when you are creating a reel, you're looking at your shot list that you made ahead of time, you're making a trend, you need to pull X video from it, you know exactly what to search in your Google Drive. It pops up, you download, move on. And then another like little side tab, you don't have to name or organize by file type, because you can actually just filter that already in Google Drive. So if you need a video, you can filter by video. If you need a photo, you can filter by photo, and you're working smarter, not harder. And that's how you're going to make money, make great content, and offer a content day as a social media manager. I feel like I need a mic drop, but then we'll lose it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to pass it back over to you, see if you have anything else to like add.
I don't think I do. Like, I think this was a great cut to the chase. I think there's a lot of takeaways in this. We apologize that this was not your weekly with our reports and all the fun things. Like, we definitely have like, I know we've been watching things, we've been reading things, so like come next week, like we will. But thank you so much for tuning in to this week's #managed. It was fun. And let us know what you think, if we should actually get Harmony to drive us around.
That would be a mobile podcast studio.
I'm just teasing. But yeah, we will catch you guys next week on the airways. But okay, another thing, if you guys could please subscribe, follow, write us a review, that would be amazing.
You're building a brand, growing a business, and managing all of the moving parts, and you don't have time to start from zero every time you need to send a project proposal, your service guide, or even an end-of-month analytics report. That's where our template shop comes in. These are the tools that we actually use to stay consistent, book clients, and create content with confidence. Seriously, we use them inside of our own social media agency. Gorgeous designs, smart strategy, and time back in your week? Yes, please. You've got the vision, we've got the templates. Shop now at #manage.com/template-shop. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you made it this far, I think we've officially become internet besties. You can always call into the #hotline and say hello, leave a review, or ask your burning questions.
Make sure you follow, rate, and review the podcast wherever you're listening from. Subscribe to the Social Club newsletter for our weekly email, and shoot us a DM over at #managed on Instagram, letting us know what your biggest takeaway was from this episode.